I think it's the fact that we've got to do everything at the same time at pace. So we need to achieve savings, we need to be looking at the consequences of what we do for economic development, particularly in regions like the northeast. And we have to respond by getting involved in new areas of expenditure well beyond our kind of recent experience. So it's a really challenging time for procurement professionals. We are addressing some of the major areas of spend in the northeast. So if procurement has been very often pigeonholed as being concerned with office supplies and photocopiers, we're prioritising work in construction, in social services and other areas like highways, where the big spend is and where we believe, working with our internal customers, there's a huge potential for making really significant savings. I think it's going to be really challenging. I think most of our local authorities in the North East are having to take on board significant cuts. How they respond will, I think, probably determine how we as the North Eastern Purchasing Organisation respond at the same time. So if they lack the capacity to do things, then NEPO, I think, will struggle to deliver effective change. I'm there to help, but it's really going to be quite a challenging time for people in local government. I've said in the 5 or 6 years that I've been in public sector procurement that frankly it's the most complicated, complex and fascinating area of procurement in the UK. So actually from a procurement point of view, I think the skills, the strategies, the way we're operating in complex environments, in my mind, is well ahead of most private sector organisations. What I think we could do more of is working with major suppliers and with smaller suppliers to encourage them to innovate, to deliver us a much more exciting set of solutions than we perhaps currently have. The public sector tends to go out to procurement with solutions to which it knows the answer, rather than begging the question, how can you reduce costs and continue to deliver public service in social services, would be a really good question to ask the kind of charities, the sector organisations and big players in that sector, as well as the many local providers that currently deliver services. And somehow we need to find ways of getting through to ask that kind of question.